Hi, hello, welcome. It is time for another weekend video. This is a little bit of an experiment, something that I wanted to try. I've watched other people do it. I thought it would be fun, especially because we had the entire last week off from school. So come with me on my journey of my February break reading vlog. So it is Friday at 3 o'clock. It is the end of our contract hour. I actually haven't been in school the last 2 days because on Wednesday I received the second dose of the Moderna vaccine and it wiped me out. So I was totally gone all day Thursday. I woke up Friday morning thinking maybe I could make it to work and I couldn't. I was like so exhausted. So I didn't start feeling better until 11 today. Finally got up, was able to eat and shower, and I feel a lot better now. That means, though, it is the start of our week-long February break. Hooray! So there's lots of time to relax and unwind and read. So I was thinking we could go on an adventure this week, and you could just kind of see like things that I'm reading, things that I'm working on. I'm supposed to maybe be painting the living room. That might not happen. So I'm currently in the middle of reading Caste and Ruin and Rising, both of which I know I'm going to finish. But then I also have a couple of other books on my TBR. So I have Concrete Rose and I have Interment that came in, and I'm waiting for A Court of Silver Flames to come in, which should be in Tuesday maybe. I'm probably going to prioritize that one first and then hit these. But then I'm also supposed to be reading Lovely War with Allie. So I'm gonna try. I think maybe it depends on how focused I am if I can get through these four plus the other two I'm already working on. We're gonna be in for a wild reading ride this week, so stick around. It's Saturday afternoon. I am about to start working on a quick paper about flipping your classroom, but I had to stop because I finished this book again and I was an emotional wreck, and I just had to stop and explain all of the emotions that I felt. I also got my Amazon buy 3 for the price of 2 packages in, but that's going to be a different video. I'm going to do a February book haul for that. So I'm going to save that for a special occasion. It is Monday morning. It is like 8 o'clock. Last night I finished this. It was so good. And the only thing I can say is that I need a Thomas and Stone collaboration more than like the book that's coming out this summer with everyone. I need specifically them because of 2 specific characters who interact in this book. That's all I'm going to say. It was phenomenal. It was so good. I read it in a day. Even though we started tearing apart the living room to paint because I have planned on it for a while and it's actually happening now, which is great, but that means less time to read. Today I need to clean. I'm going to listen to an audiobook. I'm going to listen to Rent a Boyfriend by Gloria Chow on Libro FM. It was one of the ALCs through the educator program. So I have that one that I'm going to listen to. I barely started it. I got into like the introduction part and like that was it. And then the next physical book that I'm going to move to is I'm actually going to work on Lovely War because it's a little bigger, and I know that I have A Court of Silver Flames coming in, which is gigantic. So I'm going to try to bust out another bigger book before I get an even bigger book. 2 books down so far over our February break, which is yes. It is Wednesday morning. We have had snow, we have had ice. I spent my morning snow blowing and shoveling, and then I did a workout, and now I'm like preparing to do some other stuff around the house because it never ends. So I showered and put my PJs right back on because I'm on vacation and I don't really care. Something exciting came in the mail today though, and it is A Court of Silver Flames. I was hesitant about this cover and whether I liked it or not, but now seeing it up close in person, I hate it. I hate the new covers. I think they're terrible. I hate the colors. I hate them together. And it's a behemoth. I am currently working on Lovely War, and I'm maybe close to halfway done. I'm going to talk about that in a couple of minutes, but part of me really wants to just pick this up and go for it. I think what I'm going to try to do is finish this today, and then once I get groceries and run errands tomorrow, work on this. And then I still have Interment and Cast to work on this month. This I can push off a little bit. This will probably be more the end of the month because we don't have another book club meeting until March. So I have some time, but I'd like to actually get this one done as well. I'm this far in Lovely War, and I like it. I don't know that I love it yet. I think that it has a lot of potential, and I think that something drastic is going to happen that is going to break my heart. But I'm just not quite at the I will gush about this forever and ever and ever yet. And I hope that I get there soon. I really enjoy the blend of mythology with historical fiction. I think it's well done, especially this arrogance of the gods and goddesses and how they just play with mere mortals and how manipulative they are of us poor creatures. I'm currently up to the part where this is now like the third time that Aubrey is coming to the Y Hut to come play music with Hazel and Colette. It has a lot of atonement-esque kind of vibes for me, even though I don't think it will later on. Right now it does, though. That's kind of where I'm at. Yesterday when I was cleaning, I listened to Rent a Boyfriend, and this one is by Gloria Chow. I am 23% of the way through. I have like 7.5 hours left. It is very meet cutey. I'm learning a lot about Taiwanese and Chinese culture, especially the fact that women will rent a significant other to bring home so that way people will stop questioning them and like pushing. The protagonist has already been proposed to. She does not want to marry the guy. She instead decides to rent a boyfriend from Rent Your Rents and brings home this gentleman named Andrew. The whole ploy is to get her parents away from pushing her to accepting the proposal of the first guy. She wants nothing to do with him. He comes over and interacts with them a couple of times, and he's just really like a jerk. But of course, like, you know, they're starting to like flirt a little bit here and there, and that's pretty much as far as I've gotten. It is noon-ish, just after noon on Thursday, and I have a couple of updates. First and foremost, I finished Lovely War. Thoughts. I guess I just am not a historical romance person. I don't know. I really was hoping that I was going to thoroughly enjoy this, and I did, but it wasn't mind-blowing to me. I know so many people who like this book, but it wasn't for me. I thoroughly enjoyed the aspect of the gods and goddesses and their conversation and the story and like how everything transpired. I don't know that I really cared for the ending. I guess it was good. It picked up once I got over halfway done, but it felt like it shouldn't have taken that long to pick that much up. I don't know. I gave it a 3-star. It was okay. But then that means I have now started the Behemoth. Also, there's a light on this, and this looks really silver right now instead of like the dark gray color that it is. But it's, yeah, well, maybe that's a little better. It's like a dark gray, and anyway, I left the cover on for this video, and I'm gonna take it back off. Not that this is any better at this point, but it's better than this. I know there are a couple people who like it, but it is just not for me. The new covers are not for me. They don't do anything for me. I am about to like print some fan art and make my own book cover because then it would match the other ones that I have, which are not that. No. Anyway, I very just recently started this, as in I read a chapter last night before I could take no more and fell asleep. And then I read a chapter this morning before I got my workout in. And then I have just been doing some other things that I had to adult and get done. So I'm only 2 chapters in. It very much reads like all of the other books, which is exactly what it should do, I would think, right? I am having a hard time with it not being Feyre's perspective. It feels like it will go fast. This may sound a little wild. I'm gonna try to finish it by tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere. I did all my running around yesterday. But once I kind of get a couple of more things done, like picking up around the house and doing the dishes, I will return to this and try to make some significant progress on it tonight. While we're here, let me give you an update on how this is going. It's not going well. I forget a lot to fill it out. And it's constantly having to go back and calculate how many pages that I read to fill out. So in January, I did that for a tracker and it was not great. I tried to do this instead and I like it better, but it just is me having to like remember to write down how many pages that I read in a day. This is going okay. I have honestly used the back part with the calendar more to like write down ideas and stuff for videos, schedule ideas for posts and things like that. That's been helpful. So I definitely already have some ideas of how I would rework this beautiful, magnificent thing that I have just already, I've butchered it and I'm not doing a good job with it and I'm going to try to be better. We'll see. Okay, so you're going to join me in selecting books for March's TBR. I guess it'll be kind of like a prelude almost to the TBR. So my goal pretty much for this year has been to accomplish the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge. So what I did was this entire cube is full of all the books that meet the different prompts that I'm trying to achieve throughout this year. So they're already kind of set. I just need to like go through and figure out what is it that I exactly want to read, and then make sure that it aligns with the different categories that I've already selected. Okay, I have the books picked out. I'm not going to show you yet because I obviously am going to wait for the March TBR video. I feel like I took out like half of the space I had on the shelf, but really it's because all the books that I have upcoming are larger books. So, like, it is what it is. It's fine. It is another Friday. I just got in from shoveling because that's pretty much the only thing I've done today besides for 45 minutes write a quick paper. I can't stop. I am already like only 200 pages left in this book and I am out of freaking control. I don't know what's wrong with me, except I do. I just love so much of this series and I'm glad that it was not terrible. I had a lot of fears that it was not going to be very good compared to the other ones. And it is good, but it is very different. It is very adult. The amount of filth in here, it starts right away and it does not end. Remember how much I complained about Crescent City and that there was not enough smut to it? This more than makes up for it. This is like 5 books of smut in one. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I just want to go read it. So I'll have to come back and report back later. I finished this last night and I was too tired to like actually record my final thoughts. So it is done. It was a beast, but it was so readable. Like all of the other books in the series, like so easy to fly through. The only thing that really stood out to me was that, and I'm trying to keep this in mind, that you're reading from a different character's perspective. Some of the other characters felt like they were different, but that's also a perception thing, right? Like if you're looking at them from somebody else's perspective now, it's gonna be different. The ending to this, how do I say this without saying it? It wrapped up in a way that was really nice, I guess. It's hard to say because then like that gives away the whole ending of it, right? I am highly curious to know if this is going to just be one book of Nesta and we'll see different characters now kind of come out with each their own book and their own trials, or is this setting us up for a new series through Nesta's and Cassian's perspective more? I don't know. There were only a couple things I was a little disappointed with, but for the most part, thoroughly enjoyed. Okay, so I was able to read all 4 of these books over break, which is phenomenal. I took care of some of the bigger books on my list that I knew that I couldn't probably get through them during a school week, so I'm glad that these ones are done. I still have 2 books left on my TBR for this month. The first is Interment and the second is Cast, but this is gonna kind of be a half a book on March's TBR because of where our book club falls. So I still need to push through this one. I definitely will finish this one. Plus, I also have to read this one, which is our March Teachergram Pop Sugar Challenge takeover book, and come up with discussion questions, which you will find out what it is very soon. So I think I've left myself in a spot that is incredibly doable. We still have 10 days left in February, so that's like plenty of time to finish the 2.5, 3-ish books that I still have to work on. As far as audiobooks, I didn't finish anything this week. I'm still working through Rent a Boyfriend. It's good. I mean, it's like fluffy stuff that I want it's fluffy stuff that's good to listen to, like when I'm cleaning the house or when I'm driving or whatever. So I'll probably finish that this upcoming week because now that we'll be back in school, I'll be back to my regular commute and all that good stuff. So I'll have time to listen to it. It was so nice to have the entire week to just kind of dabble in books and dabble in things that I wanted to work on and not have anything to really worry about. I mean, I obviously have created a little extra burden with trying to get the living room done, but I knew that that was something that was going to take time. It was just nice to be able to sit and be able to read and have such a casual week. I feel good. I feel a little refreshed. I am looking forward to seeing students again. I just don't know that I'm totally ready to go back with our hybrid scenario. So the countdown till April break begins now, and that is all that I have for you this week. So thank you for watching. Stick around next weekend for the March TBR video.